All right, welcome folks. Today we're talking about Ideaflow. So here's a quick, look at it before we dive in. I'm going to take you to Product Hunt next, but as you can see, it's kind of like it looks like a tool for that, and that's what it is. In Product Hunt, they describe it as instant thought capture app with voice AI and more. And what really intrigued me about this is the instant thought capture. I am really resonating with their thoughts on the the importance of friction when you're capturing ideas. Like it's everything, right? The barrier to entry really determines how much you actually keep track of. I remember when I was putting things in Apple Notes via Siri, and I used to really talk about lots of ideas and connect them, but they were trapped in Apple Notes, and so they couldn't go anywhere. And I ended up with all these notes that I never processed. So I really like this because I think it's a wonderful idea. This connection between processing things verbally and then retaining it and making it searchable, that is super powerful. So I think they really nailed this combination. So I'm really excited to try it out. So this is going to be my first kind of look. So I want to just start by trying this out and saying, okay, so let's see, apparently you can use hashtags in here. I mean, this is pretty crazy. So it's generating a transcript. I'm really, so I can regenerate it. I don't know what this parse with AI is. Oh, that's so cool. So it like generates some like a something editable. I think this is really cool because I think one of the things I've struggled with these AI writing tools and stuff is I don't like just generating text. I mean, my ideal flow is to talk, have it cleaned up with AI, and then kind of have AI maybe format it and suggest some ways to structure it for me. And this is a really great flow. So far, this is ticking some boxes. One, the fast capture and using audio is brilliant, and then taking advantage of, I'm guessing, Whisper, which is OpenAI's speech to text behind the scenes. That's a really smart move. And then making this searchable. I think this idea of making things, I think removing this idea of creating structure and imposing structure from above and instead focusing on search is such a brilliant approach to note taking. And I love it. So far, I'm a huge fan. I'll have to do another kind of recap of this once I've done more with it and tried out the this is the web app. I'll try out the iPad app and the iPhone app. But I'm really impressed with it. Great stuff from this team. And so if all you wanted to see was the demo, stop here. But I'm kind of a startup geek, so I'm gonna dive into a little bit of just the company and try to understand some interesting things about it. So the first thing is it's been around for quite a while. So I was looking at the founder date, it's 2015, and that actually really makes it ahead of the times in some ways. If you think about it, it was almost a decade ago now, and that they've been working on this. I think it's really interesting that they started it this early. Now, I'm curious to learn what those previous iterations were like before OpenAI. I think this would be really limited without some of the really recent advances in AI, right? We have now good speech to text at low cost. We have really great search. We have this ability to parse text with LLMs. Like a lot has changed in those 9 years, and I'm really impressed that they stayed around for that long. It looks like they stayed pretty small, so 1 to 10 people. It looks like they never raised anything more than just a seed round, so I think that's how they survived so long. I'm guessing it was just one person working on it. And to be honest, based on the visuals here, the UI is not super beautiful. It's not super clean. It's passable, but I think this kind of is a testament to what they were for those long years. And I think this is probably going to change quite a bit. So I think they've made the right big choices. And I think now it's just a matter of polish. I think that's totally doable, especially in an investing market where people are desperate to throw money at AI. And they have some really impressive advisors like Naval. To see him, that's a really huge deal. To see the founder of Palantir on there, this is a pretty impressive set of folks. you see former MIT researcher with Tim Berners-Lee. That's absolutely crazy. This is a really interesting company. And as you can see, it's very small. And they are, I think, hiring now. And I think you can see they kind of survived like the AI winter of a few years ago. And now I feel like they're ready to really hit the prime time. And so I'm very, very curious to see what they're going to do. So I'm going to test out the iPhone apps, the native apps, and see what I think of them. But I think overall this company is really well positioned to succeed in this market. This is a tough market, but I think they have made some really key choices by making this audio first and making AI a core part of it that really help it, right? Like there's tools like Obsidian and Reflect app that kind of have AI tacked on or have audio tacked on. I think it's really smart to focus on quick capture and this idea of parsing your thoughts with AI. So I'm impressed. I will let folks know what I think of the apps. I'll probably do a second one if I start using the statistics. But thank you so much for joining me.